Give it up for Adam Blumberg!
So I did something really stupid last week. I had to remember that the next day was my grandmother's birthday. So I thought I'd be smart and I'd call my office and leave myself a message to remind me to call her. I didn't realize how stupid it was, so I got to my office the next day and listened. It said, "Don't forget to call your grandmother, it's her birthday. Bye." So did not need the bye at the end. It's like if I wrote myself a to-do list and signed it. Like, pick up your clothes at the cleaners, pay the light bill, pick up milk, love Adam. Stupid things everywhere. Who's got the tattoos, speaking of stupid? Anyway, oh yeah, you're not going to stand up now, are you? Anyone? Tattoos? What you got? You? Wow. First husband, I assume? Or are you just like scratching out as you go, maybe? And here's the stupid thing. I don't understand. Have y'all seen those big guys, you know, that wear the tank tops? They always got cartoon characters on the arm. You know, it's like they all got together one day, they're drinking, and they're just like, "Dude, we need to do something manly, we need to go get some tats," right? And they all leave the bar, and they head over to the tattoo parlor, and they kick in the door, and they're just like, "Dude, we want some ink done. You got anything in a Looney Tunes?" It's like a new gang symbol, you know? You almost expect every once in a while to hear like, "Hey, dude, is that Bugs Bunny on your arm? I don't know if you know where you are, but you're in River Oaks now. The Mickey Mouse Club runs River Oaks." Kick his ass, so called. Man, my brother's got the tats on both arms. He's got the tribal art. I had to tell him, "Dude, we're Jewish, wrong tribe." See the stupidity everywhere. I saw this recently. I saw a vet's office, a veterinarian. Every room in it had a deer head on the wall. The vet is a hunter. It's like being an Army reservist in the Peace Corps. The only reason a veterinarian should be a hunter is if he's doing it for practice. You know? Like he shoots the deer and then tries to save it. Even if that's the case, though, the ones on the wall, those are the ones he wasn't good enough to save. So, do you advertise that? Because you don't go to your cardiologist and be like, "Doc, who are these people on the wall?" And he's like, "Oh, that's George. That fucker didn't exercise. We lost him last year." And you see it in restaurants. You know, we have these authentic restaurants here. They try to put the men and women sign for the restaurant, the language of the restaurant, which is cool if you're eating Mexican food because we've been in Texas long enough. But I went and ate Greek food the other day. I have no idea how to say men and women in Greek, right? So I thought I'd be smart and just sit outside and wait for someone to go in or out. But you've seen Greek people, right? You're with me. I never saw so much facial hair in my life. I was there for 30 minutes. You see it on the news. Our weather people in Houston, they like to spend 20 minutes telling us what the weather was like today. I was here today. You know? And they tell us at 3 different airports in a middle school. Right? Like I gave a shit about the barometric pressure at Grady Middle School today. And it's a middle school, so you know at lunch the kids are fucking with the equipment. Right? They're lighting little thermometers underneath, lighting fires on the thermometer, and the weather people don't even realize it. They're just like, the high today at Bush was 90. The high at Hobby was 93. The high at Grady, 187. And it rained 24 inches of Sprite. Oh man, the only reason that comes in handy is if there's some sort of gambling syndicate on the weather. Like there's some guy named Murray sitting in front of his TV, a betting slip going, "Come on, 90. Like the high in Houston today was 93. And he goes shit and rolls his little paper up and throws it at the screen. And his wife's going, "Stop betting on the fucking weather in Houston." And he calls his bookie and he's just like, "Hey, this is Murray. What you got for the over-under tomorrow in Houston?" No, at Grady. I got a nephew there. I bet it's going to be awfully hot. My favorite is I see stupidity in commercials all the time. So my favorite is when Albertsons was here and Randall started doing it, the fake customer service letters. You know what I'm talking about? They act them out on TV. Like Betty from Boise got her wedding cake eaten by her dog, and she goes over to Albertsons and they fix it all up, give her a 12-pack of donuts. Come on. I thought I'd write my own letter to Albertsons and send it in. Tell me what y'all think. Dear Albertsons, it was closing time at the bar one Saturday night, and I was alone, drunk, and horny. I noticed a skank across the bar, and after a few minutes of convincing, she agreed to go home with me. While driving home, I noticed a sore on her lip, as well as her incessant scratching of her private areas. While I was excited at the prospect of finally getting some after a long drought, I was sure that this girl had at least 2 or 3 diseases. I stopped into the Albertsons near my bachelor pad and left the car running with Skanky inside. You can only imagine my horror when I found the condom case locked. Your manager, Scott, must have noticed me trying to break into the case from the security monitor, because he ran right over with the guards. After I explained my situation to him, Scott was quick to help me out. He opened the case and got me a 12-pack of Trojans. He even suggested I use the extra strength of spermicide, citing the skankiness of my hoe. As I was checking out, Scott tossed me a bottle of Aleve and a douche kit and said, "Have a good one, partner." Let me tell you, the night turned out great. I lasted a whole extra minute thanks to the total lack of sensation of the extra strength condoms. I didn't even have a hangover the next morning thanks to the Aleve. I still got crabs, though. I guess the condoms aren't as helpful as your employees. Thanks, Albertsons, you really are my store. Madam,